Hey y'all, it's Katrina with Faith and Loops Crochet. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to go over my top selling items of 2024. 2024 was an awesome year for me. I actually started my business I sold my first item on December 31st of 2023. So throughout 2024 was basically the start of my business. I had the pleasure of actually going to 7 different markets. My first market was in March. I had sold quite a few custom orders to friends and family throughout the year. That's not included in this list, but I'm going to go ahead and go over my items. Now, the first 3 items were actually a tie. So I sold 12 of each of these. Like I said, I only went to 7 markets. So I think selling 12 of each of these was pretty good. One of them was a surprise even to me. So we'll go over that one in just a second. But one of my top 10 items, which falls into tie for number 10, is the Marlow Little Chicken. I sell these for $5 and I sold 12 of these. Super quick workup pattern. Now I do add 1 extra round into the, whenever you single crochet around, add 1 extra round to make it just a little bit bigger. But yes, I sell these for $5 and I sold 12 throughout 2024. Another item that was a big hit for me, and one of my personal favorites that I love to make, is my mini mallard. These sold pretty good too. I actually sold 12 of these. I sell these for $5 a piece as well. They work up pretty quick for me. I actually got a comment of somebody asking me. It does take me about, I'd say probably about 15 minutes to work one up. I typically start off with the green and then I switch to white and I do those in like a batch. So I'll start off and I'll do all the green for like however many I'm making. Normally it's like 4 or 5 at a time. And then I'll go through with the white and then I'll start with the brown. And once I get the wings on, I pop the eyes in. So that's typically how I do it. Now this is a free pattern that is on Instagram. I will link it in the description below. I think it's an awesome little pattern. I actually added some things to it and took some things away. So it's not the exact pattern, but you know, as a fellow crocheter, you probably know that you adapt patterns to fit you. And that's what I did here. But I think he's awesome. And I sold 12 of them in 2024. The next pattern I'm going to show you is also a tie for 10th place as well. This one was an absolute shock to me. I did not expect this to make even my top 10, but it did. I actually have said in other videos that I don't sell very many of them, but sometimes whenever you sit down and you actually crunch the numbers at the end of the year and you're like, hey, I actually sold quite a few of these. I guess I just didn't realize it because some of them didn't sell. And that is the medium size Axolotl. And this Axolotl is a pattern by Crochet Grove. It's a pretty quick make. I sell these for I sell these for $10. The little ones I sell for $8. And what I did notice is that the purple ones and the yellow ones don't sell very well. So I guess because I can't constantly see those on the, in my product inventory, that I didn't think I was selling very many of them. But kind of going back and looking at some of the pictures as I was going through and kind of, going back over 2024, I noticed that I did end up selling out of, the pinks right off the bat and the blues and the green ones. So I think because I constantly seen the yellow ones and the purple ones not selling, I just in my head didn't think I were selling. But I actually sold 12 of the medium-sized ones. So I thought that was pretty good. I don't think I'm going to make any more of the purple or the yellow because they don't seem to sell. But, I mean, it is a new year. You never know what is going to sell at what market. But I'm still kind of shocked that it was on the list, but it was tied with 10th place. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to number 9. Number 9 was also a shocker because it was the small axolotl. Like I said, I didn't think I sold very many of them, but apparently I did. I ended up selling 14 of these. This pattern right here is by Stacy Makes. I do make some changes to it. It's a free pattern of hers on her Instagram. I do baubles instead of doing the chain 3 and chaining back down into the round. I wanted it to kind of look a little bit more like this one right here, the medium-sized one. So I just did the baubles. Do not think I changed anything else on the pattern, but I will link it below, the free pattern. And like I said, I sold 14 of these, and this was number 9. So moving on to number 8, which is one of my favorites. I actually find myself playing with these at the market, and that is the jelly pops. I love making these, so I'm kind of glad that they're among the top 10 because I enjoy making these. They're quick and easy makes, and I just enjoy watching the process of it turning into the whole product. I enjoy making these, so I'm going to have a lot of fun market prepping these. I actually sold 15 of these, so I just love them. Like they're one of my favorites to play with, like personally, because you got the fidget of the legs, and then you have the fidget of the pop. So I think these are awesome, and I can't wait to make more of these. I did sell 15 in 2024, and it is my number 8. All right, moving along to number 7. Drum roll, please. Number 7 was a shocker. I did not start bringing these or making these or anything until October. So they only went to 3 markets with me. Shocked that this is among the top 10. And not only among the top 10, it's number 7. So I was completely shocked by this one. And that is the spider. Now, this spider is handmade by Nikelle, and it is an awesome pattern. It isn't a no-sew pattern, but it's super fun and quick to make. The sewing is, you can barely even call it sewing. It's so easy. I actually sold 17 of these, which is an absolute shocker to me. But if you're a fellow crocheter and you go to markets, you know that it's hard to find items that are like specified like directly at little boys. You know, you have the dinosaurs and snakes and stuff like that, but most of your items are little and cute, and they're more in the pinks and pastels. So I made sure that I did have quite a few of these that were in the traditional boy colors, and I sold 17 of these, and it's super exciting because they are fun to make. And just to let you know, I actually refused to make these and said I wasn't going to make them because I hate spiders. Yeah, I'm the one that if there's a spider in the room, I'm like, I'll kind of like get up, walk away, stare at the spider until somebody else comes along and kills it. And yes, sometimes that the somebody that kills it is my kids because I don't want to do it. And no, I don't let them kill the poisonous spiders. I do take care of them myself. But it's not without a lot of fear. So the first couple I made, I was kind of freaked out, but I've gotten used to it, and I do like them, and they are a top seller, so I will definitely be making more of these. And that was number 7. All right, so moving along to number 6. Number 6 is my mini chick. This is the same pattern that I used for the mallard, the little mallard duck as well. This one is the exact pattern. I didn't change anything at all. These right here I sell for $5 a piece, and it's an awesome pattern. They work up so quick. You can knock out like 10 in like 2 hours. So they're super easy to make. So I only charge $5 for these. They were a big hit, a big seller, and my next market, my first market in 2025 is right before Easter. So I'm going to make sure that I do a whole bunch of these. Now, I actually sold 18 of these. What I normally made, well, what I normally make, should I say, is the yellow, and then I do a blue and a pink. But I had a request for a purple, so I'm going to add that to the lineup this year. So I think they're going to look so cute sitting on my table, and there's like yellow and pink and purple and blue little chicks. I think it's going to be awesome, and I think it's going to line up right with Easter. So I think that's awesome. And this was number 6, and I sold 18. Now, number 5 actually started off with a bang. I sold so many of these. Actually was one of the first products that I sold out of. And I normally take about 8 of each particular item in different variations. But I actually sold out of these at market. So I was like, okay, I'm going to up the price to see if maybe that will, if they'll sell at that price. They slowed down quite a bit after that. And that is the cow. This, actually somebody in the description called it a loaf cow. Technically, it's not a loaf cow. I cannot remember the pattern designer off the top of my head. Let me look real quick. It's Nooks Hooks Shop. And it's a free pattern on Instagram, or you can buy the PDF, which is what I did on Etsy. It's a super easy pattern to do, pretty quick to do. I charged originally $8 for these, but I did up them up to $10, and it did slow down the sale of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to the 8 or keep them at 10. I haven't decided yet. Now, like I said, they popped off with a bang. I sold 19 of these in 2024, but I will say that the last few markets that I had, I didn't sell but maybe 1 or 2 of them altogether. So, thinking I'm going to drop the price down back to 8, but I haven't decided. But in 2024, half the year I had them for $8, the other half I had for $10. But I did sell 19 of them, so I do think that's awesome. I carry them in a few different variations. Some of them are all brown, and some of them have the black spots instead of brown. And then I did do a strawberry cow and a strawberry banana cow, where the spots were pink and then the rest of the cow was yellow. So those are the kind of variations that I carry. So I'm not sure if I'm going to drop down the price or not. Haven't decided. We'll see before I go to market. So that was number 5. Now we're going into number 4. Number 4 is one of those ones that kind of touch me a little bit, and that is the emotional support pickle. And I actually sold 21 of these, and I think they're super cute, and it has the emotional support tag where it says emotional support pickle, life isn't always bread and butter. So this pickle is here to help you deal with all that life throws your way. This one right here is a little bit of a personal, because it was one of the first plushies that I gave away that had meaning. My aunt was in the hospital, and she was going through some recovery and stuff like that. And I sent her one of these, and she's fine. She got out of the hospital and everything. But she was talking about how she had to do therapy where she walked around the hospital. And she put this in the pocket of her hospital gown. And people would ask her, what's the deal with the pickle? Or ask her where she got her pickle. And she got to tell them it was her emotional support pickle. So I thought that was awesome. And I tell that story quite often because, you never know when people are going to be down and out, sad or in the hospital or sick, that sometimes a pickle can brighten them up. So this one right here, like I said, this is number 4, and I sold 21 of them. All right. Now, number 3 was no surpriser to me. I figured it was going to be at least in the top 5. but it's in the top 3. And that is my Possum. So glad this made it into the top 3 that I make because I love making them. They're one of my they are my favorite to make. I can batch make them and make them really quick, and then I embroider the nose on there. Now this pattern right here is by Drinker Crochet, and she has a YouTube tutorial on it. It's an awesome pattern. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite. I knew it was going to be among the top. It's one of those ones that everybody looks at and everybody points at. It's kind of like my little mascot. I have several little mascot possums. This one right here is so cute. I sell these for $8. And throughout the year, I sold 24 of them. Tickled to death because, like I said, I love making them. I'm getting ready to make them probably tomorrow, so I'm like excited about it. I have a few custom orders to finish up, and then I get to make these. Love this pattern, and I sewed 24 of them, and it was in my top 3. All right, okay, so moving along to number 2. Not a surpriser. Knew it was going to be there. I thought it was actually going to be number 1. It was number 2, but I did think it was going to be number 1. And that is my mini turtle. These right here are a mixture of patterns. There is several different types of patterns for these little turtles. And I wanted a particular size, and I got it, but I had to kind of add and mix a few things to get exactly what I wanted. But I can't point you to a direct pattern, but there's plenty of them out there, and a lot of them are free. I sold a total of 37 of these. I was kind of blown away that it was that far up that I sold that many of them. I knew it was going to be, I thought it was going to be number 1, but I was still shocked about selling 37 of these. I think that's awesome. I don't even know what to say. I didn't expect to sell 37 of them, but this is number 2. And I sell these for $8. All right. So now, number 1. What do you think it is? So number 1, I thought it was going to be the turtles, but it wasn't. But another one, I do sell these for $5. And my number 1 out of all of them, which I'm kind of surprised because a lot of makers say they don't sell a whole bunch of these, but is my keychains. I sell a variety of different kinds. You notice I got a pickle and a chicken and an ice cream cone, a shark, and a boba. Now, this right here is my top selling. I actually sold 65 keychains during 2024. I was absolutely shocked. I use a variety of different patterns, and I'll link some of them below. I am absolutely shocked that I sold 65 of these. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't sell a whole bunch of keychains. Apparently, they rock for me. I was super excited because I knew I was running low on them, but I kind of made them every time. I made a few of them and didn't realize how many I had actually made throughout the year with market prep because I didn't prep a whole bunch of them at one time. I did in the beginning and that was it. So I was completely shocked. This was my top selling item with my keychain. So, well, that wraps up my top 10 selling items. I'm super excited about going into 2025, and I have a different mindset where I feel like I, have a little bit of ground in the business. I started off 2024 completely blind, just jumping in. And I recommend if anybody else wants to just jump in, do it. Try it. Worst thing that can happen is you have to make plushies and sell them at a discount or give them away. Worst case scenario. But, you might have a booth fee, but typically they're not too much. I would start off small, $30 booth fee. Then you're not losing anything. But I jumped in, just jumped in 2024, and I am so happy with how the year went. In 2025, I am going into it with a little bit more knowledge, and I'm super excited to see what sells and what my top sellers are for 2025. If you stuck with me, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to spend with me to go over my top 10 items. If you would, please like and subscribe. I've done other videos going over other items, and I look forward to making some new videos with some newer content. So if you would, please like and subscribe and share if you would as well. Thank you so much, and I do hope you have a wonderful and blessed day.